Hi, welcome to another episode of Cold Fusion.
Before Prime launched in 2005, one-day shipping was an exorbitant luxury. Now it's the standard shipping speed for Amazon's 100 million Prime members.
In 1997, Amazon was losing money. Most investors thought it was a terrible business. Its profits were weak. Its future was uncertain, and many believed it wouldn't survive. But while Wall Street was focused on the next quarter, Jeff Bezos was focused on the next decade. That difference sounds small. It wasn't. Over the following years, Amazon transformed from an online bookstore into one of the most powerful companies in history.
Secret sauce of Amazon, where there are several principles at Amazon, but the number one thing that has made us successful.
And Bezos wasn't the only one thinking this way. Again and again, when you study wealthy individuals, successful investors, and great entrepreneurs, you discover something strange. They don't just have more money than everyone else. They seem to experience time differently. While most people are focused on today's problems, they're often making decisions based on where the world might be 10 years from now. And that single shift in perspective may be one of the biggest reasons wealth accumulates in the hands of so few people. When most people think about wealth, they think about money, bank accounts, investments, luxury homes, private jets. But behind almost every great fortune is something far less visible. A different relationship with time, not better time management. Not waking up at 5 a.m., not having a perfectly organized calendar. Something much deeper, the ability to think far beyond the present moment. In 2006, Amazon launched a strange new service called Amazon Web Services, or AWS. At the time, it seemed like a side project. Many people barely paid attention to it. Amazon was known for selling books, electronics, and consumer goods online. Why would a retail company start building infrastructure for other businesses? The answer becomes obvious today. Eventually became one of the most profitable parts of Amazon's empire and helped transform the company into a trillion-dollar giant. But that's the interesting part. The payoff didn't arrive in months. It took years. This pattern appears again and again among wealthy individuals and successful businesses. They make decisions whose rewards may not appear for 5, 10, or even 20 years. Most people struggle with this because our brains evolved to focus on immediate threats and immediate rewards. Food today mattered more than food next year. Safety today mattered more than safety next year. For thousands of years, thinking short-term helped humans survive. But in the modern world, that same instinct can become a limitation because many of the greatest rewards in life are delayed. Building wealth is delayed. Mastering skills is delayed. Growing a business is delayed. Developing expertise is delayed. Strong relationships are delayed. Yet most people evaluate progress too quickly. They start learning a skill. A few weeks later, they see little improvement. They quit. They start a business. A few months later, growth is slow. They quit. They invest money. The market fluctuates. They panic. They quit. The wealthy often play a different game. Instead of asking, what happens this month? They ask, what happens if this works over the next decade? That question changes everything, because once you begin thinking in decades, many short-term problems lose their power. A temporary setback no longer feels catastrophic. A slow year no longer feels like failure. Small daily improvements become meaningful because you understand how much time is available for them to compound. This is one reason legendary investors often appear unusually patient. Take Warren Buffett. For decades, Buffett emphasized that wealth is often created through long periods of disciplined decision-making rather than constant action. In fact, some of his most successful investments required years before their full value became obvious. The average person sees waiting as doing nothing. The wealthy often see waiting as part of the strategy. And this mindset extends far beyond investing. Consider education. Most people approach learning with a short-term perspective. They ask, will this help me immediately? The wealthy often ask, will this still be valuable 10 years from now? That's a completely different filter. One focuses on quick rewards, the other focuses on lasting advantages. The same applies to relationships, networks, reputation, businesses, skills, even health. Many wealthy individuals spend enormous amounts of time protecting assets that don't produce instant returns because they understand those assets become incredibly valuable over long periods. The average person often sacrifices the future to improve the present. The wealthy frequently sacrifice part of the present to improve the future. Neither approach feels dramatic in the moment. That's what makes it so dangerous. The decisions look small, almost invisible. But over years, those tiny differences create massive gaps. One person is optimizing for today. The other is building for a future that hasn't arrived yet. And once you understand that distinction, you start to realize something important. The wealthy don't necessarily make better decisions. They often make decisions on a completely different timeline, and that difference affects almost every area of their lives. One of the biggest misconceptions about wealthy people is that they're obsessed with money. In reality, many of them are obsessed with something else, positioning themselves for the future. When most people make decisions, they often ask, "What do I get from this right now?" The wealthy tend to ask a different question: what does this become over time? That may sound like a small difference, but it's the reason two people can look at the exact same opportunity and see completely different things. Take a simple example. Imagine two people are offered the chance to learn a difficult skill. One person focuses on the cost, the hours required, the effort, the uncertainty. The other focuses on what that skill could do for them over the next 20 years. The first sees a burden, the second sees an asset, and that's often how wealth begins, not with money, but with perspective. This way of thinking creates what economists sometimes call a long-term orientation, the willingness to accept short-term discomfort for larger future rewards. It's why many successful entrepreneurs spend years building businesses that produce little profit in the beginning. It's why investors can hold assets through market crashes while others panic and sell. It's why some of the world's most successful companies spend billions on projects that may not pay off for a decade. They're not focused on where things are today, they're focused on where things are heading, and perhaps that's the most important lesson. The future is invisible to everyone. No one knows exactly what's coming, but some people spend their lives preparing for it, while others spend their lives reacting to it. The wealthy often try to place themselves where future opportunities are likely to appear. They invest in trends before they're obvious, build skills before they're needed, create relationships before they become useful, plant seeds long before they expect a harvest. Most people wait until the opportunity is visible. By then, the biggest rewards are often gone. Think about it. The best time to build a valuable network isn't when you need help. The best time to learn a skill isn't when your job is already at risk. The best time to invest isn't after everyone is talking about it. The best time to prepare is usually before the need becomes obvious. That's what long-term thinkers understand. And that's why they often appear lucky from the outside. People see the success. They don't see the years of preparation behind it. They see the harvest. They don't see the seeds. In many ways, wealth is less about predicting the future and more about consistently acting in favor of it, making choices today that your future self will thank you for, again and again, year after year, because eventually, time begins rewarding those decisions. And when that happens, the results can look almost magical, but they aren't. They're simply the outcome of playing a longer game than everyone else. The wealthy don't have more hours in a day. They don't possess some secret clock. What they often have is a different relationship with time itself. While others are consumed by what's urgent, they're focused on what's important. While others are chasing immediate rewards, they're building future advantages. And over a lifetime, that difference can become extraordinary. Now think about your own life. Are most of your decisions improving your situation this week or improving your position 5 years from now? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear which long-term decision you're making today that your future self will be grateful for. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden mental models behind wealth, success, and human behavior, subscribe and join us for the next deep dive. Because sometimes the biggest advantage in life isn't working harder, it's seeing further ahead than everyone else.